We have Uncle Tim, the girls refer to him as, and we just talk about sort of his quirks. And so we talk about it really frankly, and we say, like, maybe Uncle Tim's not going to say hi to you every time he sees you. Maybe he'll ease into it. Maybe he'll have that conversation with you later on. Maybe he doesn't want to answer your question, and that's okay. He still loves you, and he wants to be around you, but maybe he's just not ready to talk. Doing things like that where it's just very matter of fact. We'll get to a point where we get to discuss autism as a whole. But ultimately, we talk about Tim and the way that he is and that we love him no matter what his quirks are. Growing up, his code still works, so he just keeps going.
His code still works?
He still goes in, he still checks in with the coaches, he still gets the lay of the land, gets to sit in the calf, which is one of his favorite places to eat. And he still gets to have that sense of community, and he also gets a little workout in.
But my point is, even though he's no longer an official member of the team, this isn't something you still have to do. You are still very heavily involved. And I'm in awe of this because, guys, she's a mother of 4 girls, 6 and under. That's a lot. Very successful podcaster, wife, a woman in her own right. But yet this is something that still matters to you. Why?
Because Jeffrey Lurie, the owner of the Eagles, had...
Great human being.
Outstanding.
Yes.
He had the vision to translate his love for his brother, who is on the autism spectrum, into a legacy of a foundation with the Eagles. And so the Eagles Autism Foundation does it right. Every single dollar raised ends up directly back into the autism community. And what better time to recognize that than April?
Yeah, but I understand Jeffrey, but I don't understand your connection.
So my connection is that I grew up with a neighbor who I call my brother, Tim. He is on the autism spectrum. We grew up using strategies, managing behaviors that we didn't even know we were doing. And so when I left college, I went right back into, leaning away from my major as a communication major and ended up in education as a one-to-one with special needs students. And it only grew my love for that community. And when the Eagles Autism Foundation was created, Ryan Hammond, the executive director, Jason went to her and said, my wife would love to volunteer. And so Ryan likes to say that I was the first volunteer for the Eagles Autism Foundation.
And you're still volunteering. Jihad, do you have a connection?
Definitely. Being thankful and grateful enough, to be drafted first round to come back to my hometown and play for the Philadelphia Eagles, and understanding Jeffrey Lurie's, his connection within autism awareness and, just seeing his vision, right? Seeing his vision for the players and, how we can contribute alongside of, just showing our personalities, showing who we are outside of, people who we think, oh, yeah, we just hit each other all day. You know what I'm saying? So, just to show that side of us, show that we are human beings, show that, how we can contribute to a great city like Philadelphia. And, just to give huge praise to, Jeffrey Lurie and all the operational people that's in that building, that's doing a great job. Just as well the players, each and every day. So.
Yeah, it's a culture that's created there.
For sure. And I commend you on that because a lot of young guys will just focus on their careers. Say, I just want to play football. But you're doing the right thing, getting involved in all of these different efforts. Kylie, a lot of people, unless you have a connection, right, to the autism community. My wife also went into special education. There's some people close to our family that are on the spectrum. But for most people, it shows like love on the spectrum. That's all they know. What more do you want people to know about the autism community?
Well, I think that more and more people are recognizing that they do have a personal connection, whether it's within their own home or maybe a cousin, a niece, a nephew, a friend's child. I find it to be so important that it is this idea of acceptance and inclusion.
For sure.
One of the things that the Eagles Autism Foundation takes pride in is our All Abilities Clinic. It is so special because it's all abilities, right? It's not targeting just the neurodivergent community. It's also allowing kids who might be siblings of a neurodivergent kid to participate in the same activities as their sibling, which is something that people find really special. And we have a range of the all abilities clinics. We have football, we have cheer, we have STEM. So it's all of these things where kids can get whatever they're interested in and also participate with their siblings.
So
it's so special.
So Kylie, Gail mentioned that you're a mom of
Yes.
4.
Yes.
I'm a parent. I have a 3-year-old little girl. What advice do you have for parents on how we can talk to our children about kids who they will meet in their class?
That's a good question,
in the real
Vlad.
world.
Kids can be so cruel too, Vlad.
That's right. When they don't understand something.
Yes.
So what advice
That's
do
a
you
good
have
question for
people
you
who-
too, Jihad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I mean, we have Uncle Tim, the girls refer to him as, and we just talk about sort of his quirks. And so we talk about it really frankly, and we say, like, maybe Uncle Tim's not gonna say hi to you every time he sees you. Maybe he'll ease into it. Maybe he'll have that conversation with you later on. Maybe he doesn't want to answer your question, and that's okay. He still loves you and he wants to be around you, but maybe he's just not ready to talk. Doing things like that where it's just very matter of fact. We'll get to a point where we get to discuss autism as a whole, but ultimately we talk about Tim and the way that he is and that we love him no matter
Yes.
what his quirks are.
Yeah.
Taylor. Taylor.